When tested about money, women said that they didn't know much when they were given the option to say, I don't know. But when it wasn't an option to say, I don't know, they actually proved to know a lot. According to a 2021 research study published by the Global Financial Literacy Excellence Center, women were more likely than men to answer, I don't know, when they were asked questions on a survey that tested their financial knowledge. However, when the option of selecting I don't know wasn't given on a question, women often selected the correct answer. Let me repeat that. When tested about money, women said that they didn't know much when they were given the option to say I don't know. But when it wasn't an option to say I don't know, they actually proved to know a lot. What does this mean? Well, at least according to this experiment, women aren't less knowledgeable about money, but they tend to be less confident about their knowledge. Unfortunately, this lack of confidence can lead to things like inaction or poor decisions when it comes to money. A lack of confidence can make you risk averse, oftentimes to the point that you're actually missing out on opportunities to build wealth. Now, let me be the first to say, women, if you don't feel confident talking about money with those crypto bros, or if you feel like you can't explain basic concepts like the stock market or index funds, it's okay. There's nothing to be ashamed of. This is the shit they don't teach us in school, so how could anyone expect us to know this stuff? It's not your fault, and for women, we also have to deal with the societal and cultural norms where talking about money or even wanting money is taboo. So in this video, we're gonna talk about 4 practical ways that you can build confidence with money and get on the path or continue your path to building wealth. For those new to my channel, my name is Lissa Prudencio, and I help women of color revolutionize their relationships with money. I think building wealth is possible for anyone, even if we have to start from scratch and work harder to get it than everyone else. Like I briefly alluded to earlier, the system is fucked up. We don't learn about finances in school, even though money impacts all aspects of our lives, including our stress levels. And for women, we're often taught that talking about money is taboo, which makes it nearly impossible to gain knowledge and confidence around money. So let's jump into it and let's talk about 4 ways that you can build confidence with money. Number 1, build an emergency savings fund. I have a video that talks about this more in depth, so you can click up here if you want to check it out. So if you have a savings account, that is great. But what we want here is a dedicated savings account or a dedicated bucket just for emergencies. It shouldn't be bucketed together with your vacation savings or money if you're saving for a down payment of a house or for a car. Now, for people with debt to pay off or those living paycheck to paycheck, I suggest starting out with a $1,500 emergency savings fund. Having this set aside will prevent you from going deeper in debt if you have unexpected medical bills, unexpected automotive expenses, or any critical thing that you can't just put off. The next milestone is to build it up to 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses, or even up to a year, especially if you're self-employed. Having this cushion will give you peace of mind and a solid foundation. In other words, you're gonna have confidence that you can invest in assets, which is necessary for building wealth, because you'll have your basic needs taken care of, even if some emergency arises. All right, number 2, a second way to build your confidence with money is to consume content about it. Guess what? Gone are the days where listening to men like Dave Ramsey or Robert Kiyosaki are the only options for financial gurus. The topic of finance might seem boring to you, so it might not be your first option when you're looking for a book to read or a podcast to listen to, but there are a lot of resources out there for all types of people and personalities. You might be surprised if you check some out. So off the top of my head, here are a couple of recommendations, especially for women. A book to read, Broke Millennial by Erin Lowry. A podcast that you can check out is The Financial Feminist. A YouTube channel to check out that I really like is Investing with Rose. An IG account to follow, and she also has a YouTube channel, is The Budgetnista. And this is not specific to women or by women, but a show to watch that I found really helpful is Money Explained, which is on Netflix. All right, number 3, another way to build confidence with money is to know your numbers. A lot of people know their annual salary or their paycheck amount off the top of their head, but a lot of people don't actually think in terms of net worth. Your net worth is what actually gives you a better picture of your financial health because it takes into account everything you own, so all of your assets, minus everything you owe, which are your liabilities or debts. In terms of having a snapshot of your numbers, I suggest knowing these numbers as a starting point. Know your net worth, know your liquid cash, your liquid net worth, money that's accessible to you if you needed it really quickly. Know your total debt amount and know your credit score. Knowing these numbers will give you a good foundation so that you know what are the next steps to take, whether that is coming up with a debt payoff plan, fixing your credit, or even just taking some of your cash that's sitting around in bank accounts and putting it into investments. There's absolutely no harm in knowing these numbers no matter where they're at. It's actually more harmful for you to avoid looking at them and just hoping that they magically get better. Trust me, you're gonna build confidence the more familiar you are with your money picture and your financial plan. All right, number 4, the final tip in this video, another way to build your confidence with money is to talk about it. You can talk about it with me in the comments, but you should find a trusted friend or group of friends who are willing to talk to you about money and who can share their strengths while you can share your own. You might be strong at areas like budgeting, and other friends might know more about investing. The more you talk about money, the more you're gonna realize that you actually do know a lot. And you'll also be able to uncover areas where there are gaps in your knowledge where you can go ahead and consume content to learn more about those gaps. Now, if your friends also feel like they lack knowledge in personal finances, then at the very least, you can hold each other accountable to learning more. Maybe you can start a book club for talking about personal finance books. I don't care, just do something and start talking about it. Now, one quick note here, just remember that people only know what they know. So sometimes people's opinions, especially in subjects like money, people have very strong opinions. They might not be able to see outside of what they've learned over the years. So make sure when you collect information that you are learning from others, but you don't ever assume that any one person is a complete expert and knows more than you. Trust me, you know more than you think. All right, since you made it this far, here's a bonus tip. You can build your confidence with money if you subscribe to my channel or check out my content on TikTok. Because my whole goal is to help women become more confident with money and then take that confidence and put it into practice by building a solid foundation of financial education and of course the end goal, which is building wealth. So join me in this journey. That's all I got for today. Until next time, peace out.